Hey, what is up YouTube? This is Toad, and today I'm going to be talking about dissociation, its benefits. Because enough people talk about the downgrading effects of dissociation, enough people talk about how dangerous dissociation is, but let's talk about the benefits of dissociation. Let's talk about willpower. Okay, if you're close into your life, if you're very involved in every little detail of your life, paying attention to every little thing, then you can't see the larger picture because you're looking at one aspect at a time. And when you make a decision that requires willpower, you have to take into account all these little things like, well, how much willpower is it going to take? What are the downgrading effects on my ego? How much is this going to make me lose in temporary enjoyment? You know, am I going to really be able to do this? Is it okay to cheat on this decision? Is it really worth the benefits? You have to take all those little things into account. But when you're dissociated, you take a decision, it goes through your subconscious, and you say it's done. Or you say it's not done and it's not going to happen. It's easy. When you're dissociated from the small little things, you look at the bigger picture and go, I don't need willpower for this, because whatever I decide is whatever I will do. There is no other way except my way in my life. I will form my reality to whatever I want it to be. When you dissociate from all the small things, everything becomes small. And when everything becomes small, everything is very easy to do. When you look at life for what it is, which is a simulation or a video game, you can look at it on the screen rather than being the screen. And that makes everything much easier. It makes prosperity much more in reach, because instead of looking at the mile, you're looking at the map, and the mile is just an inch. So that's the benefits of dissociation. Even better than just dissociation, even better than just looking at the screen, is when you're looking at the screen and still very involved in the video game, but you still realize it's the screen. Because then you can live your life and enjoy the little things that you want to enjoy. And you can get joy from everything, and you can realize the magic and prosperity and beauty in everything. Everything is beautiful. But at the same time, when things happen that disturb you, you can take a step back and look at it and say, this is small, and it's not going to stand in my way. And nothing seems impossible when you're dissociated. When you're dissociated, things that would normally seem huge are just small. And it's okay for it to be small, because if it's small, it can still be beautiful. Nothing matters, but everything is beautiful. So that's optimistic nihilism. When you can realize that nothing matters, but everything is beautiful and ridiculously insane and intricate and wonderful, and still not care about the issues, then there is no problems. Nothing can stand in your way. And like I said before, you're not looking at the mile-long road, you're looking at the map, and the mile is just a little tiny inch. It doesn't matter. And you're going to try anyway. Decisions don't take willpower, because you have will from nothing, like in the band Senshukai or the Ninja Manual. You don't need willpower, because you have will from nothing at this point. You can stay looking at the screen and still involved in the game. I don't claim to be perfect, as if nothing in life gets to me, but what I do claim is experience. And what I know from my own experience and experiments is that when I've been suffering, and when I've had the worst doubt, when I've had the worst sadness that I've ever experienced in my life, the only time that I was able to find joy, to find peace, is when I dissociated and realized this is the lesson that I've learned from all of this suffering. And when I was able to step back and go, you know what? It doesn't matter anyway. It's okay. It's just a game. That's the only time that you find inner peace, is when you dissociate from all the little tiny details and look at things for the bigger picture and still see the beauty in them. That's what inner peace is, when you are the player and the game. Christ said he was fully man and fully God. And it is this dissociated view that allows you to stick to something, to look at a program and say, that's beneficial, I will now do it For as long as I want, for as long as I have chosen, your original goal does not fade into the woodwork with the small events that try to tear your will down because you have no will. You simply exist as water that flows in the way that it is supposed to. You're in the flow. You do what you want, and your original goal does not dissipate. That's willpower without willpower. And do you realize how powerful that is? Another thing is when you dissociate, original thought doesn't become something you have to work for, but something that exists naturally, because instead of realizing all the programming that you've gone through in life and acting on that programming that you've gone through in life, you don't realize what they teach you. You realize what's true. You don't look at the false dichotomies, but you look at the actual options. And that's another benefit of dissociation.